Last week on Seeds of Gold, we started on the beautiful story of a young from Buyengo Sub-County Jinja District. Jacob Kazindula is a commercial mixed farmer who decided to put his bachelor's degree in development studies on the farm. His passion for agriculture is undeniably seen as he took us through the process of planting and management for hybrid bananas.
Make sure you clean these roots off, the small roots that have remained when you were getting it from its mother, because now this one is going to start once again. It's starting from zero. It's going to bring the tender roots. Now this is fine. All the old roots are gone. Now we are planting. So dig some small bit of hole again from your fertilizer. Okay, and do the planting. Make sure the whole plant is immersed into the soil. And when it comes out 2 weeks, I will start to take much more care for this crop, because it has now come out exposed to very many other infections that may come around. So I'll give it the antibiotics for the crops. I'll add manure. I'll make sure the crop is in good condition, because now this is hybrid.
Coming up on Seeds of Gold.
Agriculture is not a data game. Neither is it for the failures or the old. It is for you.
With over 100 acres of sugarcane plantation, Kazindula practices intercropping as a system to ensure variety and food security in the home and the community. In their sugarcane plantation, they are intercropping with food crops, mainly maize, beans and groundnuts, in addition to mangoes, also grown as a commercial crop.
Now, as I said before, government officials think that, and they say that farmers of sugarcane do not grow food. And they use a statement saying, "Ebusoga waliyo enjala." But the enjala is not in Busoga, as they say, because Busoga is growing sugarcane. In Busoga, when we are planting sugarcane, we intercrop it with maize and beans plus soybean and groundnuts. Now this is maize. Very good. You see the fruit? Let me break this. This is very good, fine maize, very big, with big seed. Now, because I prepared the seed bed very well for planting my sugarcane, it was also a fine bed for planting my maize, and a fine bed for planting my beans and the groundnuts. Now the maize, you see, I have this cob and I have another cob on the same stalk. Two fruits from one stalk. This is food security. Now the phenomenon of ebusoga waliyo enjala nga eva kubikajjo, that is not true. We are planting food. Ono kasoli, kati wano waliwo bisatu, kasoli mwerere. You see, this is all maize. As you come along, the line is big. This is all maize. And it's very fertile. If I could break one here again. This is maize. Someone may want to see on the camera whether it's real maize. It is real maize. Very good and fine. So this is something that we can use for food. We use maize for food. We use maize for animal feeds. we use maize in very many aspects. Some people actually began to do wine from maize. So in Busoga we are doing a lot, and agriculture is not what they say agriculture. It is the you that is doing agriculture that becomes or makes agriculture become agriculture. Now here I am in my mangoes project. I'm holding my Tommy. This one is still young. It gets a bit bigger, double. When you combine these two, you get one mango. So it's still young. Now this one is most specifically for juice because it is very sweet when mature and ripe. And even here, right here, you can chew it. It is just sweet, just very nice. If you wish to taste, you can taste. It's just my Tommy mango. I have Zillet in this garden. I have apple mango. I have Bide mango and Kent. Those are the varieties that I am having. But I wanted to show you my masterpiece Tommy for juice. It's very good and it grows huge. A very big mango, very sweet. Children always like it because it's not bitter at all. It is just too sweet, very nice. I specifically have 2 seasons. I make sure the 2 seasons are harvested, making sure, because it's not an easy process. Flowering, and then sometimes when the sun comes too much, the flowers drop off, or when the rains come too much, the flowers go off. But I make sure I harvest twice a year. One, by using some sprays. I spray some chemicals to make sure that the flower is compact onto its root, and that also the plant produces a very good flower that will not drop off, or it doesn't dry up. And I also do the fertilization down on the mango such that it is a strong one. The flower becomes stronger. I harvested the one that is completing April, May, June. I've been harvesting. I'm still harvesting. This one is a bit young. I'm still harvesting. It shall be off this next month, but in the middle of next month shall be done. And then I'll do the pruning. I'll do the pruning on this mango and wait for it to flower. But if it's not flowering, I'll ignite it to flower. I have a process for ignition to flower. I don't know if time can allow, so I can tell you this process. It's a bit lengthy, if time allows. Now I dig through around the plant. I add NPK onto the plant. I add urine with some ash onto the plant, and wait or cover and wait for 2 weeks. After the 2 weeks, I will spray. Now after spraying, the flower shall come in the 3rd week. So I make it happen in Buyengo. My Zillet type mango. This one is almost the same as the product you just saw up. It's also good for juice, but a bit resistant than the other one on the pest, the fruit fly. So it's also a good product, and its flowers don't drop so much. This one, it maintains its flowers so much, and the fruiting on it becomes a bit much. I can harvest about 600 fruits from this plant just in a season. So calculations of the economic people about how much I earn from one plant. I have 80 trees in this garden. Now there's a ditch just at the front of me here that that I dug. Now this one is used for dumping garbage mangoes. The mangoes that have been dropping in the gardens, maybe because they've been infected by the fruit fly, or they've been dropped by rodents, or they've been dropped by guys that are harvesting, and then they harvest some raw mangoes and then they rot in the garden. I have to make sure the garden is not infested with flies. So I dig a ditch and cover the mangoes deep down, such that when they rot, every rot is just inside there. No fruit fly shall reproduce from within there. It shall die. It shall suffocate right there. I will have to show you how I am managing the fruit flies. In the slightest bit, I have this one is the store for my trap. This is my trap. So I put this trap underneath this jerrycan inside, and I open. This opening is to make sure the water does not make the trap wet. Now these fruit flies always come to the scent of the mangoes, and that's when they bite and plant an egg in the mango. Now the cycle continues until it becomes another fruit fly. These are the fruit flies I have trapped already. This is the female fruit flies. I already have one live here. It is live. You see, it is live. Now, because it has smelt the scent of a mango from my trap, as soon as it touches the trap, it's going to die and fall deep down in here. So this is how I'm managing the fruit flies. Although I incorporate this with some spraying to make sure my mangoes are fine on the coating, and like this one, it's fine. Very good. Now that is intercropped in this fruits garden: avocado and jackfruit. Recently we added cocoa because we are now going to prune this growing forest, because it is almost becoming a forest. The mangoes have grown a bit huge, so we are going to prune, and we shall have the mangoes, the avocado, the jackfruit, and the cocoa. Cocoa, we want to do chocolate. It's a future thing. We have the local market, but we would like to advance into making juice. Yeah, because the transport cost to the higher market, maybe in the town, is a bit high. You have seen the distance to this farm. It's a bit long. So if we just made the juice and then we took the juice to town, that's better. We add value. We want to add value to that. And as I said, we have already procured the juice maker.
Still on his mixed farm, this young graduate puts his energy to use by keeping a sizable number of heads of cattle for commercial purposes. He collects about 35 liters of milk every day from the animals that he sells to the local market, and for value addition he uses the cow waste for farmyard manure and biogas.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then the other ones that are in the field. I have now this one is beef cattle. This one majorly beef, but I also do the milking from it, but this meat is good. This one, these two types are just dairy, majorly for milk, those ones, and they are very good for milk. This one, the other one first, is beef and dairy. That one, the black, beef and dairy. This one is semi. It's a mixture of the local and the exotic breed. And then the red one, the other side, is just the local. In the morning, they've given me cow dung. They would have given me cow dung and urine. There is a passage for urine that brings it to the reservoir here. There's a reservoir here, and then I will have to carry the cow dung, collect it very well, and bring it to my pit here. I just get off 2 basins of fine cow dung and I put it here. Now the 2 basins, I now get 3-4 jerrycans of urine and pour into this to make a fine paste. Now this is where I mix my biogas. This is a biogas system, as you can see. So I mix from here the dung. It becomes a fine paste, and it comes to this plant here, the lower plant. This lower plant has a switch. This is the processing plant, or you can call it the feed, the plant where everything is done, where the gas is. I will open the gas and lock the gas. Here I have locked the gas. Here I am opening the gas. In there is let me call it fermentation, the heating process of the dung that I have mixed from the other side takes place right inside here. It is a bit deep and big or huge. You can do it on a town setting also. So it pushes the pressure into the pipes. The pressure is the gas that is coming out of the other dung that I put through the feeder. Now this pipe goes direct to my kitchen, the other side, whereas the waste product of my cow dung that I put the other side, that is called silage, which is always used direct onto the plant, comes into this. Now this inside here is silage. It is the waste product of the cow dung. Silage, unfortunately, will not smell at all. It has no scent in it. It is just, just ready for the plant. So this is what I'm going to take and mix with the other banana plantation that you saw. So after mixing like that, my crops will be well. So this is a place for silage. I want to take you to the end process of my biogas. So here, this is where I do my biogas. The system is right here. So here I am, I'm going to light my biogas. I will open here first. That sound is of gas. See that flame? Now that flame will heat your food so fast, so easily. It's too much, but very good for cooking. This is the end product of my cow dung. So I don't waste any dung. I have locked. I don't waste any dung. I always use everything to make sure I maximize what I have on the farm. Youthful as I am, I make sure agriculture is important in my life. I just make sure it becomes important. And I charge every one of us, every youth, wherever you are, make sure agriculture becomes part of you. Let your fingers not just be dirty, but green.
As a fresh graduate, this 30-year-old youth decided to come back to his father's farmland as a farm manager. He is getting his hands commercially dirty and has no regrets.
This is a message to my brothers and sisters out there. Agriculture is not a data game. Neither is it for the failures or the old. It is for you. you are the people that can manage this, and then when you grow old, they say that is a farmer, and he has lasted in farming and he has earned something from farming. I am calling myself a farmer because I decided to make my fingers become green. I have green fingers. Everything I touch, I make sure it becomes green. Whether I found your garden in a certain other rugged way, I make sure it becomes green. Agriculture should not be sidelined, should not be left out. Whatever you're doing ends up into agriculture. You earn money outside and you want to invest that money in something that made you grow, food, agriculture. You do whatever business you're doing out there, and then your boss is saying, I'm going back to my farm, agriculture. But that's the person that you're seeking employment from. And you have land, some of the youths have land out there in the village. I am with my father right now. We have established this farm and I am managing this farm. Selflessly, I am managing this farm because I decided to have green fingers. You need the green fingers. Brothers and sisters, you need the green fingers. It's very important.